Tennessee football just got done with their pro day. About 15 guys going through it, handful of guys who are projected to be selected in this upcoming NFL draft. I'm Ryan Sylvia. This is Noah Taylor. We're with VolReport.com on the Rival Network. Let's start with what Joe Milton did. Obviously the headliner, the quarterback, the big arm. We saw it outside. He threw some bombs out there that were complete. We saw it in here, some zip on some shorter passes. Just overall, what were your thoughts on what Joe Milton did today?
He looked good, and I think he's one of those guys that maybe you kind of expected to win pro day.
Yeah, for sure.
And seemed zeroed in and focused to do that. So he ran a 4.56. Wanted to beat his last recorded 40 time from when he was at Michigan. So I think he did that. So. But the arm strength you kind of knew was there. You knew he had the ability to do that, but looked really, really good completing those balls outside. So they told us they moved us outside because they knew he was going to air it out. So did most of his work inside here behind us. But just you kind of expected it, but even seeing it, you're kind of wowed by what he was able to do. And you heard it every time he released a ball. The whole place just kind of was wowed by it. So I think he did a good job for himself today.
I think you hit on it when you said he was probably one of the guys you expected to win pro day, and he did though. And that still takes something to go out and impress scouts. And you overhear some chatter from people, and they all like what they saw from Joe Milton today. Even Hendon Hooker here, obviously former teammate of Joe Milton, he was nodding his head yes, giving him some encouragement. You look outside, and Nico's sitting there cheering him on. So some of his teammates as well really excited to see what he was able to do today. Let's flip it over to kind of the skill positions around Joe Milton. Jalen Wright, Jabari Small, Ramel Keaton, even the tight ends, Jacob Warren, McCall Castles. What do you think about what they did?
Yeah, I think it kind of starts with McCall Castles. I mean, Joe obviously was the headliner today, but McCall did a really good job for himself as well. He was asked when we talked to him about, not getting that combine invite in Indianapolis last month, and he thought he was kind of on the fringe of getting an invite there, didn't get it, but stayed motivated, felt like he really needed to show out today. I think that he did. Started off really well in some of the things with the vertical jump and the broad jump, and then did well in the 40, looked like he was moving quick. And then out here catching the ball, looked really good. One of the more consistent guys. Him and Joe had a good connection today. I think they helped each other look good at times today for sure. And definitely a guy that Joe won pro day today, and McCollum would be kind of your 1A or 1B guy, I think.
Yeah, he said his dad told him hungry dogs run faster when he didn't get invited to Indianapolis or the NFL Combine, and feels like that kind of was showing here today. Definitely. When you look at his broad jump, his vertical numbers, I believe the broad jump would have tied for first among tight ends at the NFL Combine. The vertical would have been in third place, so definitely maybe put some scouts on notice just with his athletic abilities alone. And then obviously catching a pass from Joe Milton isn't the easiest thing when it's coming in that hot, and he did a good job of reeling some of them in. I thought Ramel Keaton looked pretty good too today. Ran a 40 time pretty fast. We didn't have the official numbers for him, but the unofficial numbers that were floating around were in the 4.4s, which I think really helps his case if that is what kind of the consensus ends up being of what he ran. Caught some passes out there from Joe as well. So really another group of guys that seem to play pretty well. We'll flip it over to the defensive side of the ball. Anything stand out on that area?
Yeah, I think Kamal Haddon, a guy that was coming on last year, seemed like he was really finding his groove in that defense, and has the injury obviously after that Alabama game, and then misses the rest of the season. But I think he made a good case for himself today as well. Played really well out there, looked fast, looked back to full health. Just seemed to be in a really positive mindset. Seemed like he'd been hearing good feedback and things like that. I think he was kind of a standout. It was good to, I guess, see Gabe Julale, a guy that came here, was here for 1 year, coming in from Vandy or BYU. Can't remember exactly. He transferred around a little bit, but he looked like he was quick, played really well. But I think out of the defensive backs, those two guys kind of had a good day.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think the defensive backs kind of stole the show on the defensive side of things, but also Aaron Beasley at linebacker had himself a decent day as well. That's really all from Pro Day, though. We'll have to wait and see where some of these now VFLs get drafted. A few names that are expected to be called, even more that are expected to sign deals, even if they aren't chosen on draft night. But if you want to kind of follow that journey, we'll have content from today. We'll have content on spring practice for Tennessee, March Madness on the men's side still going on in baseball season. Of course, head over to VolReport.com. Links to everything you need is in the description. Thank you for watching.